Cold chains are critical infrastructure. They're vital for a well-functioning society and economy. They're as important as a water pipe or an electricity cable.
Access to cooling is no longer a luxury, but it's a development priority. When I grew up in India in the 80s and 90s, was a luxury. But today it's absolutely essential for development in so many sectors.
Cooling in urban centers is particularly important because a lot of food has to move over long distances to get to those urban centers. And therefore, maintaining the cold chain in that last mile to get to the urban centers is particularly important.
The main problem is probably that refrigeration technology is not very visible in society. So refrigeration is everywhere and everybody uses air conditioning or fridges at home, but there's no real visibility.
Within the last 30 years, the Montreal Protocol has first replaced the CFCs with HCFCs, then the HCFCs with HFCs. And I think now we should not do more mistakes. We should go for something that is long-term sustainable. And I cannot see HFOs being part of a long-term strategy.
What needs to stop? I think I again go back to my earlier point, the whole fascination with just installing equipment and not thinking about service. We have to essentially have a paradigm shift where we think about service and not just equipment.
What has to stop is investment in systems where there's no long-term look at the life cycle cost.
If we look at the climate effects, what are the effects on the ozone layer, ozone depleting of zero for the natural refrigerants? Then what are the climate effects in terms of global warming potential? And here again, on the naturals is below 1. Finally, environmental effects. And here we focus on PFAS. And again, the natural refrigerants do not adapt to the PFAS pollution.
Why we've chosen hydrocarbons? Because they're the best refrigerants with the best volumetric efficiency for transport. So it's not just the green aspect on that for these temperature ranges, right? And if I compare a system that's out there in the market with the current solutions, we can build for the same cooling capacity, more compact, lighter, and that's the key for transport at the end of the day.
So basically what we need is that companies have a stronger will and want to have more natural refrigerant in their company. And I'm seeing that I think in the next 2 to 5 years there will be some more big demand in terms of natural refrigerants, and more companies will get rid of the chemical refrigerants. Either it's about the price or really the green thinking behind the company.
We don't want to support any refrigerants that are already not in use, are going to be phased out very soon. And in all our pilots, we have tried to support alternative refrigerants, like, for example, the newly Green Chill product. That's an ammonia-based system.
We've been heavily involved in the recent negotiations for the F-gas regulation. And indeed, we are very happy with the result because it's setting a very clear direction of travel, finally, away from fluorinated greenhouse gases and including HFOs.
Overall, it's a good momentum which we could witness here. The use of HFCs is coming to an end in Europe, and it will be prohibited in new equipment, and then everybody knows what they have to do.
Now is the time to, if possible, to go to natural refrigerants or alternatives, as mentioned, passive cooling, where no refrigerants are needed anymore. And a future-proof technology should choose, if possible, now. And we have the technology in place in most applications, so it's now time to do the transition.